and children make up at least 80% of victims in conflict zones. However, rarely do these two groups, children to be specific, appear on the peace negotiation table, particularly in Africa.
Just sign of danger. For your life, do not scramble. I bring my message to humble.
They are not regarded as agents of change for peace, which means their grievances in their own language is cast into oblivion.
Has become one, full of joy, love, and peace, always living together. That's why this song I sing, our national anthem. From the poetic chambers of St. Paul's, we rest our case. Bye.
From this background, a pool of experts drawn from various fields partnered for a research project aimed at helping young people build civic national values through artwork, poetry, song, and dance. The researchers include Dr. Marlon Moncrief from the University of Brighton, UK, Dr. Willis Okumu of the Anglican Development Services, Dr. John Mwangi from St. Paul's University, and Professor Ananda Breed from the University of Lincoln, the UK.
So basically this is a small research project that we are conducting together with Brighton University and St. Paul's. So my job at the moment is basically just to introduce the team.
The first lesson is going to be asking you the question is what is community? What is tolerance? What is mutual respect? And we want to get your ideas and your understandings of those words.
It should be an open conversation. Just be free, right? To express yourself. There will be no examination.
So that today, each of you might share a new way of seeing something, a new way of hearing something, a new way of feeling something.
Other participants who contributed to the outcome of this research include staff members from participating schools and Rotaract Club members.
Teachers in Nepal, we didn't have the opportunity to engage with the teachers so much compared to the teachers here in Kenya. I guess that is why in the last two sessions we've had here in Kenya there was much more confidence in the teachers. But with lesson one, in terms of the children sort of talking about some ideas of what tolerance means to them, of what community means to them, of what mutual respect means to them, I think there were some similar responses. So it would be really interesting to compare those. We want to understand from you what you see as a good community. So you can see what young people across the world, in Asia, think about community.
The research investigators sought to identify civic national values as understood by young people sourced from St. Paul's University Primary School and the Loreto Convent Valley Road School. The definitions of what a community is differed from one student to another.
The community is made up of animals, insects, leaders, and the government.
In general, like it's people or anything that supports life.
A good community is a community which have tolerant and means respect.
So a community, I don't think it has to be necessarily like an organization, but unity, exactly. So you have to have unity.
A community is made up of love, joy, and peace. Yes.
A community is a group of people or organization or organism of any kind, of the same kind, who live in a place and understand each other.
So I thought it was interesting how the young people were articulating their life, not only in terms of kind of day-to-day realities of violence in the home, which was expressed today, but also in terms of a broader sense of how they engage with the environment and the community at large. One comparison between Nepal and Kenya has been, in both places, community is not just your family, not just your friends, but it also includes animals, insects, the environment with rivers and mountains and trees. And so I think the young people have an interesting conceptualization of both what the community is and how one engages in that community in a way to create safe and inclusive societies.
You have students probably coming with a mindset that look like they have been taught about what to expect. But many a times the students have come out clearly with what their real understanding of society is, and the real understanding of a community and who are the members of this community and what these members are doing in the community and how they need to handle each other as a community and why should they remain in a community and what is their role as children in the community.
The students then took to illustrating their localities in groups, as well as articulating and recording their community experiences on iPads in what would make up Lesson 1 and Lesson 2.
Soma, 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 kijana, masiku zilibadilika, kijana, soma, 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 kijana, masiku zilibadilika, kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana, wazuri wazidi kuzaliwa, na dunia nayo yazidi haribika. Kijana.
The scheme of work also includes breakout discussions and, most importantly, cross-cultural exchanges brought to life through performance under Anthony Ndongo's creative direction.
Sauti! All right, let's go.
Zen Theatre Company's Anthony Ndongo helps the students to act out the illustrations penned in Lesson 1 and 2, which go into film. The live performances then make up for Lesson 3, acting not only as icebreakers among the participants, but as learning points on the subject at hand.
Today I learned a lot of things.
It's all about my community, how to care for it.
The respect that you should be having between each other, what the community is supposed to do, and they're supposed to be with unity. And you have to respect each other because it's a community, so yeah.
Meeting Zen Theatre, working with their methodology in terms of very much exploring kind of on the spot how they can work alongside the young people to transform their ideas into performance. So I've been very impressed by the ability of the whole team to pick up the scheme of work and to really run with it.
These lessons are meant to develop thinking, stimulate discussion, and express shared articulation on civic national values such as tolerance and mutual respect at the community level.
It's been so interesting. Actually, I came to learn a lot about community. I had my own definition. When I come to Loreto Valley Road, they have this, should I say, a sophisticated kind of thinking about a community. And coming to St. Paul's Primary, these kids are just so realistic. They talk about what they see. There's one group in St. Paul's which drew what happens in their family and what they could do to improve it. And this was something so outstanding, their parents being drunk.
I thought that the children were natural performers, natural storytellers, naturally confident in expressing their lives, and I think they're just natural performers. To me, that really stood out from the scheme of work today.
The way the students in Loreto were expressing themselves about the community, there was a difference. The ones who are here they became more natural. Maybe it's because they're relating with where they are. And the ones in Loreto, even their images were more modernized.
By Lesson 4, the young learners can interpret what civic national values are based on their contexts and move towards a sense of connection and belonging at the micro-community level.
You know, of course, the children did their reflections in between via iPad. I guess if we spent more time in allowing the children to do that, then perhaps that would have given some better responses as well.
I think that it's important before perhaps presenting a scheme of work to understand our own schemes of work and how we as individuals, scholars, artists, and organizations work before we necessarily apply that with the schools and young people we're working with.
The films recorded will be shared among young people in different areas of the country as a basis of cross-cultural exchanges.
Some of these values to the children, they may not look like they are part and parcel of this society, because the children feel like these values have been put on them and they have not been part and parcel of the development of these values. So my take would be probably to encourage the civil society and all partners that are involved in the development of national values to encourage participation at all levels, so that whatever comes out as a national value would be agreeable to quite a good population.
Okay, from the young kids, mutual respect is respecting each other. They respect you first for you to respect them. For peace, they said peace is something you have to live with. Peace is what makes a community be together. Yes, peace is what makes a community a community. It makes a community be somewhere people can live together. Yes.
One key lesson I take away from this whole experience is that we are all equal. Yeah, it's only that we are in different environments, but we are all equal. The students from Loreto are not different from the ones in St. Paul's. So we are all equal. We should love each other. We should be given equal opportunities. And we should strive to make our environments better, always.